Hi friends! In our previous sessions, we discussed all about circle and its properties. Now today we will learn about some more shapes in combination with a circle. Now those shapes can be a triangle, a rectangle or a square. And when they are combined with a circle, we might obtain many different kinds of combinations of shapes, and in this session we will learn how to find out the area of such kind of shapes. So let's learn everything via a situation. Consider a field which is in a shape of a square and a horse is grazing in that field. This means the whole field is available for the horse to graze the grass. Now suppose if we tie the horse to one corner of the field in such a way that he is not able to cover the entire area, then what area will he be able to graze? Ideally, if the field wasn't a square, then he could complete grazing all the part around the corner, that is, all the grass in a circular area. But because the field is square, only some part of a circle will be grazed, or what we know as sector of a circle. And we have learnt in our previous sessions about the way to calculate the area of a sector of a circle. The formula for area of a sector contains theta. So what do you think what will be theta in this case? As per the situation, the grazing field is square and all the angles in a square are 90 degree. So the value of theta will also be 90 degree. So the area of the sector will come to 38.5 meters square. Now suppose we want to calculate the area of the non-grazed region. We do not have any direct formula to calculate area of such kind of a shape. So here is what we can do. We can subtract the area of the grazed region from the square grazing field. And then we will obtain the area of the non-grazed region. Okay? So now if we were to talk things a little mathematical over here, which two plane figures we used in combination in this example? Yes, a square and a part of a circle, that is a sector. In the same way, we can have a variety of situations wherein another shape would be used along with a circle or a part of a circle. Therefore, whenever we find area of such shapes, we refer them as areas related to circle. Now here if we notice, all the shapes used are two-dimensional figures and they fit in a single plane. So you actually do not have to worry about how you will remember all the formulae. As all the figures are two-dimensional, their formula will involve length and breadth only. But we know that circle is a unique shape with neither length nor breadth, but with a constant pi. Now coming back to the situation, let us calculate the area of the non-grazed region using these formulae. So the area of the non-grazed region will be 361.5 meters square. Now suppose if the length of the rope is increased by 7 meters, then again the horse will cover area like a sector only. But if we are asked to find only the additional area that the horse will graze, then how should we proceed? Well, it's pretty simple. Since the additional area just means the increase in the area that he was grazing previously, so we just have to find the difference between the smaller sector and the bigger sector. So the difference or we can say that the additional area will come to 115.5 meters square. I hope you all have understood and found this situation easy. Let's analyze another situation. If the grazing field was rectangular and the length of the field is 14 meters and the breadth is of 7 meters. If we try to visualize this situation, then we have a rectangular field. We need 2 horses to be tied inside the field so that they will not have any common grazing area, but they should also cover the maximum area of the rectangular field. If we tie the horses to the corner, they will not cover the maximum area of the field. We know horses will cover the area like a circle. So, if we try to fit 2 circles with the same diameter inside the field and tie the horses at the center of the circle, in this way, the horses will get equal amount of area and they will also cover the maximum area of the field. And here we need to calculate the area of the non-grazed region. Let's observe the situation in a geometric way. Here also we can see that we have combination of 2 figures, that is a circle and a rectangle. And what we need to calculate is the area of the shaded region. From this figure, we can easily say that just by subtracting the area of the circles from the area of the rectangle, we will obtain the area of the shaded region, which will come to 21 meters square. Solving this question was easy, but the key point to remember here is to understand the question and to visualize it correctly, and accordingly we must draw an accurate diagram. And if we have an appropriate and accurate diagram with us, things get simplified a lot. Hope you all are making a note of all these crucial points. Now let's proceed to one last situation, and for this we will tie the horse diagonally in a square field. If we tie them with a rope equal to one side of the field, these horses will cover some common grazing area. Here we will try to find out that common grazed area. So, can you think of any way to calculate this area? You can take some ideas from our previous examples also. At least by now we have an idea about dealing with combination of 2 shapes, and we know one fact that area of one shape has to be subtracted from another, isn't it? So let's start. The 2 shapes used in this situation are a quadrant, which is a part of a circle, and a square. We cannot directly find the area of the common grazed region, but we can find the area that each horse will graze individually. And after that, if we subtract the area that the horse grazed individually from the area of the square field, we will obtain the area that one horse was not able to graze, right? We can do the same thing for the other horse also. And if we will subtract both of these area from the square field, then we can calculate the area of the common grazed region. Before we end this session, let's learn few tips and points to remember while calculating the areas related to circles. That's all for this session of areas related to circle. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and leave your valuable comments below. And do subscribe. Till then, stay tuned to Let's Tute. Keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.